Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Luca Russian, and today I want to talk about zombies YouTubers and more specifically the content that we create, because on Twitter and YouTube a lot of the time I see so-and-so YouTubers running out of ideas and they're making unoriginal content, and I really do want to address that situation. So zombies is a little bit of an oddity in the YouTube community where most of the time creators outside of this community have an unlimited amount of ideas that they can actually come up with and unlimited videos that they can create that people will actually care about. But the problem with the zombies community is that there's really only a finite amount of content that we can actually come up with that's completely original and that people will care about. Because yes, we could keep making 2-box challenges over and over again, and we could basically do that forever as long as we add some quote-unquote personality to it. But the problem is that people really aren't going to care about that, and on YouTube you really do want to grow. At the end of the day, that's what everyone wants to do. They want to grow, and you're not going to grow like that. And to actually have good and non-repetitive content is really hard in the zombies community, especially when Treyarch games aren't the main game. So yes, sometimes you are going to see filler content quote-unquote from YouTubers, but that's just going to happen. It almost happens with any YouTuber, whether you realize that or not, within the zombies community or whether that be somewhere else. There's always going to be filler content because you're not always going to have a video that's completely 100% original and is going to bang and get 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 views. It's just not going to happen, and I don't think a lot of people actually realize that. So the idea of us running out of videos, yes, it's actually a valid one because we really don't have a lot of content for basically 2 out of every 3 years once Treyarch games actually pass. Yes, Infinity Ward, they come out with new maps for Infinite Warfare right now, and then we have Sledgehammer Games coming out with World War II, but leading up from about now until basically November, no one is going to care about anything Infinite Warfare. It's just not going to happen. And then Black Ops 3 for about the next year is probably going to be dead because of the fact that World War II Zombies is coming up. But for right now, a lot of zombies YouTubers are trying to keep their channel afloat, and they're trying to keep themselves somewhat relevant going into World War II, because that's when we're going to get all of our views, subs, likes, things like that. So we're really on autopilot right now, if you want to call it that. And yes, you're going to see a little bit of repetitive content, and that's why I've been live streaming, because I don't have a ton of ideas right now for videos, and we actually have to space out the ideas that we do have until November when World War II Zombies comes out. So yes, you're going to be seeing a lot of live streams from YouTubers that usually post videos. You're going to be seeing a lot of live streams in general, and you're going to be seeing a little bit of repetitive content. We're going to be going back to the stuff that we made in 2013, 2014, like top 5s. That's what I've been doing recently because they do need to be remade. But the thing is with the zombies community, like I said, is we don't have an infinite number of videos that we can make that people actually care about. So I really do want to address this, because the problem is I see a lot of people saying, oh, you're making repetitive content or you're not original, whatever it is, right? The problem is that zombies inherently is just you're working against your clock, basically. It's really just you're trying to fight the clock until a next Treyarch game comes out. Because once Treyarch releases their next game, everybody and their mother is going to have video ideas. We basically are overloaded with video ideas once a map actually drops that people care about. The problem with Infinite Warfare is just no one really cares about it, so we maybe have content for a day or two if people really even want to call it that, because the Infinite Warfare maps really aren't bad. I genuinely like them, but the problem is that no one cares. Why would I post a video on Infinite Warfare and get half of the views that I would on a Black Ops 3 video? It makes absolutely no sense. And I'm sorry for ranting about this sort of stuff, and I know a lot of people really don't care about this sort of thing, but I really did want to address the situation because, like I said, we're really just trying to stay above water as a community right now, and really just hoping that World War II Zombies is going to be good, because if we have to come out with content for another full year until Treyarch's next game, that is going to be really, really bad, because after Black Ops 2, between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, The Smith Plays, Mr. TLX5, guys like that blew up because they had original content, but the problem is that as the years go along, there's less and less completely original content to make. And like I said, I really did want to address this, because if you see a little bit of repetitive videos or people live streaming, whatever it is, right, it's because of the fact that we are really just treading water and we don't have video ideas. That's really just the plain and simple truth, and the ones that we do have, we can't come up with every single day because we need to space it out. And maybe another YouTuber has a different point of view from me, I don't really know, but this is just my point of view, and this is from the people that I know, and this is really the perspective that we have. Maybe some of the bigger guys, like the guys in the Z House, are completely different. Maybe they have video ideas up the ass, we really don't know, but again, hey, from a smaller YouTuber, this is really what we think right now. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video, and leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new. Tell me in the comments section down below who's making the most original content in the community right now, and don't say it's me just because it's my video. Actually, tell tell me who you think is making the most creative content. I'd really love to hear it. If it's someone I really don't know, I might check them out. We do need some people for Kingdom Z, so go subscribe to Kingdom Z in the comments or in the description down below. Yeah, so go do that. Anyway, I do love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.